In a world where nature had been all but forgotten, there stood one last tree. It was tall, ancient, and resilient, having survived the ravages of time and the destruction of countless other forests. The tree stood alone in a barren wasteland, its roots deep in the earth, reaching for water that was becoming scarcer with each passing year. The people of the world had long since moved on from nature. They lived in massive, towering cities made of steel and glass, where the air was filtered and the sky was hidden by layers of smog. Few remembered what the world had once looked like: green, vibrant, full of life. Most had never seen a tree in their lifetime, and to them, the idea of nature was a distant memory. But there was one boy who had always been fascinated by the stories of the old world. His name was Leo, and he had grown up listening to his grandmother's tales of vast forests, clear rivers, and animals that roamed free. She had told him about the trees, how they gave life to the earth, how they cleaned the air and provided shade on hot summer days. Leo's grandmother had passed away a few years ago, but her stories had stayed with him. He often dreamed of seeing a tree for himself, of touching its bark and feeling its leaves between his fingers. And so, when he heard rumors of the last tree, he set out on a journey to find it. It wasn't easy, the journey was long, and the land was unforgiving. But Leo was determined. After days of walking, he finally reached the place where the last tree stood. It was even more magnificent than he had imagined. Its branches stretched towards the sky, its leaves whispering in the wind. As Leo stood beneath the tree, he felt a deep connection to the earth and to the generations that had come before him. He realized that this tree, the last of its kind, was a symbol of hope, a reminder that nature, though fragile, could endure. Leo knew he couldn't let the tree die. He vowed to protect it, to nurture it, and to ensure that it would be the beginning of a new forest. With that promise, he returned to the city, determined to spread the message that nature could still be saved, and that it was not too late to rebuild the world.